Today is Tuesday, December 1st. We're going to go ahead and go to our dashboard. We're going to select biology. We're going to go to current lessons as this page tells me to every class period. And I'm going to see at the top my Google links for me to click on for my class period to go to the live lesson. Here's the virtual schedule, remembering that you only have homeroom on Monday and those other days are for you to have support with your teachers. Here is the daily schedule we're going to have. On here, you're going to see that we have assignments. I'm not sure where my squares went to, but I'll get those back later. But we're going to look here. This was the assignment that was given yesterday, which was 5 questions. We'll click on it to look at it. You could take it twice. It was worth 20 points. We're going to look at the assignment itself, which has questions about The Simpsons. You're going to match by selecting the drop-down menu, and there are 5 of them for you to go through. You have 2 attempts to get that done. Then let's go back. This is the assignment for today. It's similar to what was given yesterday. It's worth 22 points. You can take it twice. Highest score will be accepted. We go to preview. It's very similar. The top part is some vocabulary. You'll pick the drop-down menu and the proper answer. You're going to read the experiment here, answer these questions. Again, you'll see the control, independent, dependent, conclusion. We talked about that as well. You're going to go through all of these questions here, and then that is the assignment for today. If you go back, you're going to notice that I gave you the due dates for these assignments. The assignment yesterday was worth 20 points and it was due today. Although the assignment will remain open till the 16th, you will not be penalized for turning it in late. This date is when it will close. Today, the assignment is given. It's 22 points. It's due tomorrow and the 16th is when it closes. We will have a quiz tomorrow over the vocabulary that's right here. If I click on this vocabulary list, it's going to give me a list of information about vocabulary for the scientific method. You can see I got this from Quizlet, and you can see even where I found it. If you want to, you can go there and practice with the Quizlet options. You can also use this page here. I've given you the words and I've given you the definitions to be aware of. These words are used on the final exam in one way or another. It's not necessarily matching, but that's what we're going to do with the quiz tomorrow, is practice these vocabulary terms by matching. But on the final exam, some may be matching, or they may be a multiple choice question, but most of them are used within the question and you need to understand what those words are asking you. So you must know these words for the final exam. Okay, let's go ahead and go backwards. If we look here for today, remember this was Monday. Now we're going to go to Tuesday. As you can see, I didn't put as many things on there today, but that's okay because we're going to do something a little different. So now that we've looked at the vocabulary word, we're going to go ahead and look here at these practice problems. We're going to go through these practice problems together and determine the proper answer. Now, when we did live lesson, we read this question together and we answered all at once, well, as quickly all at once, on our chat box for most of the day. I really liked that. The first class didn't get that chance, but we're going to practice more like this because I did like it a lot. I thought it went well. So you're going to read this problem here. You're going to answer this question. You're going to go to question number 3, read this question, answer this question. Again, if you were in our live lesson, you would have gone through those problems with us together. This is the next question we went through. This is kind of like the one I mentioned where there's a control group. Was the plant treated normal, which was giving it 200 milliliters of water? They both received that, but this one here received fertilizer. So this is our control group. This is our experimental group. So you're going to read through this and answer those questions. You're going to go on down the page. This is another one that you need to practice and go through the answer. This one down here is the last one. You'll read through here and answer this question. All right. So if we look at this, on this question here, you should have answered C. The brightness of the light, it's shining on the plant. Here it's a very low light, and here's a very bright light. We know it wasn't temperature because the thermometer stayed exactly the same. They didn't mention anything about the pot, so we know it's not the pot it was in, or the soil, right? And the temperature remained the same, and that was the one down here. If we go to the next problem, it says every 3 days a student counts the number to grow taller. We didn't mention any clay pots, so we know it's not that. We know we didn't talk about sunlight, so it can't be that. We know the temperature stayed the same, so the only possible answer was A. In this one here, we're going to read through, and it's C. Does adding fertilizer cause flowering plants to grow taller? That is the best answer. Why is how much fertilizer do flowering plants need not the right answer? That's because only one plant was receiving fertilizer. You couldn't possibly know how much by just testing one plant. So the best answer is C. All right. Here's a spring scale. A spring scale measures force, which is a push or pull on an object. It also measures it in newtons, which is the measurement of force. So in this experiment, you would have read it and you would have found that D was the correct answer. What they're testing is how hard is it to pull this block up this piece of wood, or this ramp. The last one is, according to the diagram, which question is being tested. They're testing what colors of light affect the plant. Grow taller, so that would be A. And that is the answers to the questions. So hopefully you did a good job on your own answering those questions, but live lessons, we did go through them together. Let's go ahead and go back to where we were for today. And again, we already discussed the homework, so you're going to do the homework yourself and turn that in by the 2nd, which is tomorrow. So if you have any questions, you need to be sure to ask. You can also email me the questions, and hopefully we'll get all squared away. Tomorrow we plan to go have our quiz over vocabulary. We are going to have a practice test to start, which will be due Friday. We will have our quiz. Oh, I already mentioned that. We will talk about characteristics of life tomorrow and ecology, and keep moving forward in our review process. Have a good day.